Hey church, want to make a video for you guys today to give you an update as far as our plans as we respond to this coronavirus as a church. So most of you know we released a video last week along with an email that detailed the three-phase plan that we're hoping to reopen MCC and hope to get things back as close to normal and what our new normal will be as possible. And one of the things that we said in that was that phase 2, which would include reopening and actually joining together for a live in-person service, phase 2 would start on May 17th, which is not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday. As we have looked at details, as we have looked at more statistics, as we've responded even to the survey that we sent out this past week, which thank you guys for responding the way you did to, as we've looked at all of that collective data, we have decided that that's not the wise thing to do for your health, for our spiritual anxiety levels, all those things. We've decided that's not the right thing to do. And again, I hope you understand that anytime that we send out those dates in these phases, the hope for us in sending those out is that you as a church would see we're beginning to put plans in place, but so much about this is fluid that really the plan is going to be what is hopefully getting more and more solidified, but the dates in which we will implement the plan and start those phases, that is all really subject to change because there's so much that's happening on the fly. There's so much that changes on a week-to-week, even a day-to-day basis. So we decided to move it from the 17th, May 17th, back 3 weeks to June 7th. So June 7th, hopefully, and again, things may change from now till then, and we may end up moving it back. I highly doubt that there's a scenario where we would move it any more forward and kind of play in that middle ground, but it's most likely going to stay back at June 7th. We're going to move it from May 17th to June 7th as that starting date. Primary reasons for this, guys, really quick. At the survey that we sent out, over 50%, close to 54, 55% of you said that if we did start on May 17th, that you would not be there. And so that's a big answer for me as a pastor. I think you don't want to do something if over 50% of people are going, yeah, we probably should not do that. I think that was a big answer there. Along with that, Governor Kemp, he released, you may or may not know this, you were tracking with this stuff, you know this, for people over 65, they are still under shelter-in-place ordinances until June 12th. And so as a pastor of a church that is very generationally diverse with people of all different ages and definitely a large contingency who are 65 plus, it just didn't seem right to open up and then have that large of a gap in dates where people that I love dearly, people that are a huge part of our church, would not even be allowed, no questions asked, to be there. And so that definitely played a big part of it. Also understanding that Henry County is in the top 10 as far as cases go in the state of Georgia. And so taking our local predicament into mind, also knowing that a lot of the people who are part of McDonough Christian Church work in other counties and maybe in the metro Atlanta area where the numbers and the cases and the activity of the coronavirus are so much higher. So those details really got us to a place where we said, man, we need to really understand the whole of this picture and not just, our hopefulness in this picture that, man, we all are desperate to be together. We want to be together. But the reality is, guys, I think a slow and steady approach to this is probably going to be what's better. And I think it will preach a better message to our community and it'll show that we care for them by the way we care for our people. And so that's where we're at. Again, some of those dates are subject to change. One of the things I do know, a date that we mentioned in that thing that we sent out, and I'm going to send you an email along with this. Another thing that's not going to change that we're going to still do is on May 13th. May 13th, we're going to have an open air prayer gathering down at the field at the church from 7 to 8 o'clock. And my hope is that you'll be there. I'm going to talk about this a little more on Sunday. But I think in times like this, gathering together and being able to be God's church in prayer is going to be a big part of what I think will allow us to continue to put faith over fear and see what we can do to help our community. And I got a big exciting thing to announce to you that we're going to be doing this Sunday. I'm not going to get too into it right now, but I want you to watch the message. God's been abundantly gracious to us in this season, and I'm going to be pitching an idea, a big ask to you this coming Sunday to help us get involved in being able to be part of a solution, part of helping relief some of the burden that has came upon our community and our city and even our own people as a church in this season. So make sure you're joining that. Make sure you're liking, comment, sharing, all that type of stuff on there. And at the end of the day, guys, there's no rush. This isn't the type of thing that I feel like there's this pertinence to rush. And a big part of that is because how much good we've seen come in the midst of all this. And I talked about that a little bit last week, but God is still moving. He's still working. There not a day goes by in this season where I'm not reminded of the fact that He's in control, that He's making miracles come out of messes, that He's orchestrating a lot of things behind the scenes that we have no idea about. And just because it seems like He may be shaking some things up right now, oftentimes that's a good thing. And so I pray for you guys as you're watching this, as you're hearing this, that you understand that me as your pastor, the rest of the staff behind me, we love you guys. We're praying for you guys. If there are any needs that you have, we're here for those. So please don't hesitate to reach out, to ask, to let them know. If you know people around you, whether that's in our community, in our city, in your life group, in your neighborhood, at your workplace, as needs come up, guys, we're the church, and that's what we're here for. And so we have stuff set aside, ready to meet those needs. We got a whole team of people, our missions team, who are beginning to explore, and got some good stuff coming in ways that we're going to be able to impact and help our local community. But I wanted to send out to you guys today. Hopefully you are getting ready for a great weekend. Hopefully you're being able to spend some good quality time with family and friends and loved ones. And just know that I love you guys. I'm thankful for you guys. And I can't wait to see what God does in and through you and me and us as a church in this season. Talk to you soon.